Flew out to meet my boyfriend for a vacation. We planned months ago, only to find out he cheated on me the night before. So I left. Now he's begging for forgiveness. I, 30, female, have been in a seemingly happy relationship for a little over 3 years. My boyfriend, 32, male, is wonderful. We have lived together for about 2 years, rarely ever argue. We have so much in common, and honestly, he is my best friend. I love him and know that I want to marry this man. He flew to his hometown yesterday, I flew down this morning, and we are both catching a plane in the morning to go on vacation together for 6 days with 2 other friends of ours. Everything is paid for, and cancellations are not possible at the last minute. I've been in our hotel room bawling my eyes out and dry heaving for the past 2 hours. I took an Uber from the airport, and when he came down to help me with my bags, I immediately knew something was wrong. He looked like hell and was visibly nervous. Once we got into the hotel room, he started tearing up and told me he had something to tell me, that he knows I'm going to leave him, but he can't keep a secret like that from me. He explained how he and a few of his childhood friends all went to a bar, and he ran into a girl he went to college with. They never had intimacy, but did go on a few dates almost 7 years ago. She invited him and a group of other people back to her house where they all proceeded to get drunk and do substance all night. I know about the occasional substance use. And just catch up. Basically, he and the college friend ended up having intimacy, and then she drove him to our hotel early this morning. He hasn't talked to her since and swears that it means absolutely nothing. He said she's not even attractive and that he was just freaked up. He says it was a big mistake and is begging for my forgiveness. A huge part of me wants to ask for every last detail, but I'm scared to know that there is potentially more to the story. I don't know. I want to forgive him and enjoy our time away, but I truly don't know how. Are there such occasions where you really can't help yourself and it really was a spur-of-the-moment mistake? Or is there something hidden beneath the surface and my happy relationship has been anything but this whole time? TLDR. Boyfriend cheated. I want to believe it was a one-time thing and forgive him and enjoy our vacation, but don't know how. Update 1. After basically begging him, he told me the name of the girl and I reached out to her. I called her and put her on speaker so we all three could talk. Unfortunately, I'm learning the situation was much worse than the story originally told, and I will be on a flight home in a few hours. This other girl is not unattractive. The intimacy was not protected. He and her had been flirty the entire 3 hours before they finally had intimacy. Hand-holding, sitting on his lap, making out a lot. He gave her oral intimacy, and basically the intimacy lasted quite a while with various things being done. Not like the coked-out, unpleasant quickie I was told about. I feel like I want to be gone. Update 2. First, I would just like to say thank you to everyone who has commented or messaged me. I appreciate all the kind messages, words of advice, and even some of the more harsher messages and comments. You guys have helped more than you could imagine. I flew home this morning, took a nap, packed some of my things, took our cat, and am staying with a friend for the 6 days he's away. He didn't want to go on the trip, but I insisted. I told him if he has ever loved me, to please give me the time and space I deserve. Unfortunately, our relationship is broken beyond repair. The reasoning behind why he cheated doesn't matter because the fact remains that he did. That in all of our time together, I've never even considered or wondered about another man, and the first chance he got, he chose to have unsafe intimacy with someone else. I believe that he loves me and quite possibly is sorry. I don't, however, believe that he has any respect for me or our life together. I don't know that I'd ever forgive him or trust him again. No respect and no trust means no relationship. We do have a shared life, so the ending of this relationship is not quite as easy as me packing and leaving and not looking back. We have shared accounts, both of our names on our lease, shared phone plans, and car insurance. Basically, the next few weeks are going to be rough. Update 3. I have no idea if anyone cares about the outcome of this situation, but it is almost cathartic to write it all down, so I'm doing it anyway. I finally have a calm moment to sit at my computer and compose a logical thought. Upon returning home, he and I had very little communication at my request. I had originally planned to spend the week at my friend's home to process this life-altering event, but early this afternoon he texted me, telling me he was home. Now, some people might think that shows a lot of effort on his part, that he's remorseful, and rather than enjoy his vacation, he flew home to talk. Perhaps I would feel that way too, except I asked for space. I told him that if he had ever loved me, he would give me time alone. He couldn't even give me that. I agreed to meet with him at our apartment to talk. I only wanted to talk about and sort out all the details, our finances, home, etc. We agreed on paying to break our lease, to stay on the insurance policy and phone plan together. For now, but unenroll autopay so we're able to make our payments separately. I also asked for him to reimburse me for what I paid towards the vacation from hell. I wanted to wrap things up enough in that moment to where I would have to see and speak to him as little as possible. I know that some communication in the future will be inevitable, but right now I can't deal with it. I told him he can stay in our apartment until we have to leave. I packed some more of my things and left. I don't know if he looked upset or if he was crying. I honestly barely heard anything he had to say because I was so enraged at the person in front of me, a complete stranger. I don't know if the past 3 years were all a lie. I don't know if he has cheated before or that he would cheat on me again. All I am sure of is that he was capable of lying and cheating now. I refuse to be another cautionary tale of a woman who loved someone more than herself, so she forgave a cheater, only to be cheated on again. There is a big difference between guilt and remorse. Update 4. Thank you to everyone that has commented or reached out after my last 2 posts. I first want to say that I am doing okay. Even after what I am going to say in this post, I'm okay. I am going to attempt to make this as brief as possible because I can't give this situation any more of my heart or energy. But it will most likely be long. Here we go. I am all moved out of the apartment, my things going into storage because I am still staying in my friend's home for the time being. This breakup has proved to be financially burdensome, but somehow money has managed to be the least stressful part of this ordeal. It turns out that I never knew the man I shared my life with for the past 3 years. My ex and I ended up having a conversation on the last day of us moving out. He seemed apologetic and sad and asked if we could talk. He said that he loves me, that he will always love me, and he wants us to stay together. He apologized and said he would stop the nonsense, no more lies. I didn't feel the need to have a conversation, but I did have just one question. I asked him why. I never could have imagined in a million years that he would tell me that the reason he cheated was because I miscarried 6 months ago. Especially because of how supportive and loving he was during that period in our lives, I felt blindsided and betrayed. He said that he knows that it was not my fault, that there was nothing I could have done differently, but it had caused him to resent me, that he was angry. He said he knew how this sounded, which is why he never talked to me about it. He didn't want to hurt me. Ha! I, of course, at this point felt sick. My heart hurt in ways I never knew possible. Even the passing away of my father did not hurt in ways his words and actions were hurting me. Here is this man that I have unconditionally loved and supported for over 3 years. I was his biggest cheerleader in life, encouraged him to be his own person and to still live his own life. I wanted him to be happy. We never went to bed mad at each other. We never called each other names. We never not kissed each other good night or goodbye in the morning. Our relationship seemed great, and yet he's telling me for the last 6 months, he has resented me, borderline hated me at times. He admitted to downloading Tinder and chatting with women over the last 6 months. He swore that it never became spiced up until the night he cheated, and that was only because they had history. I have no clue if that is true. Honestly, I don't care whether or not it is. The cheating is minimal compared to the words he just spoke. We were both crying, and I handed him my keys for him to turn in. I gave him a hug and told him that he needs therapy and that I never want to speak to or see him again. I have a therapy appointment next week and will start to work on healing. I am looking at potentially getting a loan so I can get out of anything left that we have shared. I also want to look into moving to a different city, but that is still up in the air. I have changed my phone number and blocked him everywhere. There was never a chance of him and I getting back together, and this just solidifies my decision. This will most likely be my last post on the subject, but I once again thank each and every one of you. Update 5. I thought my last update would really be the last, but a lot has happened in such a short amount of time. I figured I could close this chapter with a neat little bow. First, I want to say thank you to each and every person that commented or messaged from either post. The outpouring of love is more than I could ever have imagined receiving from strangers. I see so many posts on here with much worse stories, and I don't know what I did to deserve the love and support, but I am eternally grateful. Second and finally, me and my ex haven't talked. There is absolutely no way for him to reach me directly, as I ended up moving in with a different friend for the time being. He does not know about this. He still thinks I am at friend A's home and communicates with her if there is anything that needs to be said in regards to business matters. She does not allow him to talk about anything personal, and if he does, she does not pass it along. We have zero things connecting us at this point. In my last post, I talked about possibly moving cities and, well, that happened. I was offered a job I had been trying to get for quite some time, and the position finally opened up. I have been working from home for about a week, will work from home for another week, and then I will move. Rhonda, Kitty, is probably not going to be too thrilled, but we have a vet appointment for some kitty meds to hopefully ease the transition. She's top priority always. I love my new job, I love my friends, and I love where my life is headed. I wish nothing bad for my ex and have no ill will towards him, and truly hope he can find peace in his life. Often what we lose is nothing compared to what we gain. It's just getting past our human ego and being able to see it. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for coming along on this journey with me. I wish you all happiness and love in your lives. Story 2. I broke up with my boyfriend because of his views on cheating. This is a throwaway. I don't know what to feel. Me, 25, female, and my boyfriend, 28, male, have been together for 3 years now. We have been living together for 2 years. I know his family. He has one brother, Sam, 33, male, who is married to Lisa, 32, female. They have one daughter who is 4 years old. He is very close to his brother, which resulted in me being closer to his wife and kids too. Sam sometimes comes to our place and plays video games with my boyfriend. One day, when they were playing video, Sam put his phone on the charger in our guest room. I was there cleaning the windows when suddenly his phone buzzed. I went to look and there was a girl named Office texting him. I had a great time last night. Your tongue is magic. With some emojis. I was a little shocked. Sam always shows how much he adores his wife. Even Lisa says he is the best husband. How could he cheat? This was the first incident. Then one day when he was at our house again, he was talking loudly while I was right by the kitchen while he was talking on the phone in our guest room, with doors open. He was saying, "I love you" to a girl named Beth. This confirmed my suspicion even more. I told my boyfriend I think his brother is cheating on his wife. I asked him if he knew anything about it. His expression went blank. He told me he knew about it. I was perplexed. I asked what he meant. He began to tell me Sam has been seeing other girls on the side. He doubled down saying, it is not a big deal because Lisa is happy, he is happy, and plus, he doesn't like to mix in other people's business. I asked him if he thinks that his brother cheating on Lisa was right. How could he defend his brother over something so vile? He told me it is their personal life. Plus, he doesn't want to ruin his brother's marriage. I told him firmly his brother's marriage was already ruined the moment he decided to stick his little guy inside someone else that isn't his wife, and he was clearly wrong for supporting him. How would he feel if I was cheating on him and my sister knew and never told him? He told me of course he would feel bad, but this isn't about him. I just told him to leave me alone. Cheating is a deal breaker for me. I do not like people who are cheaters or support cheating. I can't even look at him the same way I used to. So, a few weeks ago I called him and told him this isn't working. I cannot be with someone who supports cheating and doesn't mind someone else cheating. He cried and told me not to do it, that he will do better, and this isn't fair to him. I cannot punish him for what his brother is doing. I told him calmly that this is not a punishment, but my decision. I already told him that cheating is a deal breaker for me. I will not tolerate it in any shape or form. I went to stay with my brother. 2 days later, I went to our place to get some stuff of mine. He asked me if he could talk. I said sure. He told me he was wrong for not saying anything against his own brother. Lisa is a good woman and that he would ask his brother to stop. I told him that doesn't make me feel better. The fact that he thinks it is okay to cheat clearly shows he has no problem with cheating on me. He told me he is not cheating on me and that he will be better. I asked him if he could tell Lisa about his husband's affair. He went silent and told me he can't go against his own brother. Well then, I guess he made his choices. I left his place leaving him crying on his couch. I feel bad. I love him, but the trust I had for him is gone. I do not know how to tell everything to Lisa. I am not sure what to do. I feel lost. Edit. To those idiots who say that my boyfriend is not wrong, I hope you find yourself in a similar situation as Lisa. I would like to know how you would feel when you learn that your husband betrayed you and people close to you knew about it and let you get cheated on day after day. He has covered for his brother on many occasions. He has lied to Lisa, telling her that Sam is with him when he was not. Even if he didn't simply act, it is not a big deal that a woman who is so loyal to her husband is getting cheated on is wrong and malicious in my eyes. Him concealing his cheating is also putting her at risk of STD. And also, what if Sam got one of those girls pregnant? Ever thought about that? It's not like they were in an open or poly relationship. Edit 2. I cannot comment on my own post. What is up with that? It gets removed. But to anyone who is asking, I will tell Lisa. She is currently out of town. I can send her a message, but I have no evidence that Sam is cheating. Plus, she told me she would not be near her phone. Update. Hello, guys. Thanks for all the kind words. I wanted to make an update the day after I posted it to reassure you guys I did tell Lisa. But something came up and I was delayed. So, I did tell her the very day I made this post, even though I had no evidence. I got some encouragement from you guys too. For all I knew, she could scream at me. But hey, if that happens, at least I wouldn't have to live with this giant guilt that I misled a friend of mine. I talked to Lisa, telling her everything on the phone. She just told me she can't speak right now and thanked me for informing. Which was weird. I didn't hear from her for the next 3 days. I only heard from her when my ex called my brother to yell at me. He called me a homewrecker because I snitched to Lisa, and today she took her daughter and served Sam divorce papers. I was even more confused. It's not possible to file a divorce paper within 3 days. I called Lisa. She didn't pick up, but texted me to come to Sam's house. I went with my brother because I didn't know how safe it was for me. When I entered, I saw my ex, Sam, and their parents, along with Lisa. Sam looked really turd. My ex jumped on me by saying I did this to his brother. Lisa told my ex to calm down. She carries on to explain that she already knew Sam was cheating for a while. One of the girls he hooked up with contacted her and showed her the messages between him and her. That girl worked in his office. The girl felt guilty knowing that she hooked up with a married man, and so she told Lisa before quitting her job. I am guessing she felt really guilty and couldn't work there or something. Lisa further told us she has been planning on leaving Sam since then. She needed time to get her things sorted and gather evidence that will help her in court. She was mostly a homemaker but worked part-time, so there were financial issues too. She went on to expose Sam even more of his deeds in front of his own parents and told Sam she wants full custody because Sam bringing one of his warriors around her daughter is not safe. From what she described, Sam is pretty screwed in the divorce. She also didn't spare my ex. She basically told him she has never treated him like an outsider, that if someone was cheating on him, she would definitely tell him, even if that someone was her own family member. She finds it really sad that she had to know from a stranger what his brother was up to rather than someone closer to her and someone she loved like a brother. My ex was silent. A lot more things came to light because there was a lot of yelling and pointing fingers. Sam has been cheating on Lisa for 3 years. My ex knew it for the last 2 years and has been covering for Sam. Sam's parents were disappointed at him as well. And apparently my ex also lied to his parents about why we broke up. He told his parents I fell in love with someone else and that's why I left him. Why did he did that? Because his stupid brother thought it was a great cover-up? Because even if I told Lisa, then no one would believe in me, because I was the one who cheated and projecting it on his brother. Lisa called me here to clean my name and also thank me for informing her, even if she knew it all along. Their parents apologized to both of us and told us they are ashamed of their sons. I just felt bad for them. After that, I went home. Lisa asked me if she could stay with me. I said sure. She was stoic when she was talking to Sam and his parents, but as soon as she entered my house, she broke down in tears. She told me that she should have listened to her friends who told her Sam was not a decent person. She left her job and her law study so that she could be with him. I felt really bad for her. I know this will be really tough on her and her daughter. I wish there was more I could do, but I am really impressed that she handled this situation with such poise. I hope she decides to continue her law studies like she wanted to. She sacrificed a lot for that bastard. Also, to all those people who think that my ex was right not to snitch on his brother. You guys don't see how he is putting her at risk? Sam was having intimacy with literally everything that has a hole. You guys think it would be better to keep her in the dark? I know she knew about it, but what if she didn't? What if Sam's careless habit put her in danger of STD? Some STD that are life-threatening. Him not coming clean of his brother's deeds was seriously putting her in danger of it. And I wasn't punishing him. I simply cannot live with someone who would support cheating. To me, that is exactly like cheating. Moreover, he lied and covered for him. Who is to say he wouldn't mind cheating on me because he clearly thinks cheating is not a big deal? Even if he wasn't covering for them, the mere fact that he thinks it is okay for someone to get cheated on is a huge no for me. I am really shocked to see how many people are willing to take the cheater's side instead of the one who is getting cheated on.